Okay, so I have to do this because I have to point out these examples. Big shout out to Bounding in the Comics for bringing this to my attention. A couple of days late, but who cares? Patton Oswalt, who you know plays like the Konings in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He also wrote some JLA stuff, DC Comic stuff back in the day. Oh, he was part of that and that team. And he had this to say about Donald Trump. Now, I'm going to use this as an example. This is Trump saying that Greta must work on her anger management and so forth. He's a troll. You know that's what he does. Patton says, you are a stupid butthole. And if you voted for him, the president is, that is, you are also one of those. And if you still support him, you're one of those. Oh no, this tweet is going to make all those things not like me. So basically, you are a butthole if you support the president. You're stupid. Stupid butthole. Excuse me. Let's make sure we have our terms correctly. Now, look, man. The thing that I want you guys to take from this is more so pointing to the fact that Hollywood and the comic book industry, Trump has made them lose their minds. And I talked about this. I did a video about how comic books artists have had leftists in the past, but Trump created a new phenomenon in him just existing as Trump, in that all of these people started to show their new colors, in which now they're using the platform and art to hate Donald Trump. Now, me, I'm not a Trump. I don't like Trump at all. I mean, that's not a secret. I'm not a. I've done I don't know how many videos talking about this, but when I respond and I address something that I dislike, it's of merit. And when these guys have their issues with Donald Trump, it just seems like they're being put through the grinder, or reading from a script, which shouldn't be surprising because a lot of these guys are actors. But I think that it's important to highlight how these guys seem to all have the same orange man bad positions. And if you do not have the orange man bad position, and by way of Hollywood, you are actually an anomaly. Like, it ain't even like you're the anomaly. If there is a person that is a part of the Hollywood elites and a part of the Hollywood clique, as well as the comic book clique, and they either are critical of Trump in a way that does not mean that they accept what his main opposition is in terms of ideology, because again, that's all this is for the most part. This is why these guys are utterly silent, or they completely praise the last administration and Barack Obama. But that's an anomaly if you do that. So either, now look, man, I want to be involved in the conspiracies, but there has to be something that is being done, because the vast majority of these guys have the same exact political and social opinions. How many videos have I done pointing these guys out, and it's like, well, it's the same thing. It's so predictable. It's like at this point you can basically guess what it is that they think from a political or social preference standpoint, just by way of the field that they're in this case is Hollywood or even comic books. I did a whole stream talking about how in mainstream comic books, like, nearly exclusively are mainstream leftists, which is why you have some of the material which we talked about in my last video. You can have stuff like this being put out, and on the other side you get a Spider-Man variant. Yes, I know they're two different companies, but Obama's almost exclusively talked about in a positive light among these guys, and everybody else for the most part is well, more so Trump in this case, he's depicted in a bad light. And like I say, like, if you want, like, if it was a merit and they didn't like him because it was something authentic, but they don't like him because he's him, which is really all that it is. And it almost feels like they're being told. It makes me wonder what kind of weird stuff happens throughout Hollywood that causes these guys to all seem to have the same exact positions when it comes to a political thing, like pretty much all of them. And I think they freaked out because of the last election. It showed that they're not as powerful as they thought they were. The age of social media amplifies a lot of things. And Trump was supposed to lose, and he didn't. And they thought they could control that just by speaking it into existence. Oh, there's no way this guy's going to win. But I'm so tired of seeing some sort of tweet, and it's like Orange Man is really, really bad. But again, it's not just Orange Man bad. It's Orange Man bad, half black man good. Last administration good. Deported more immigrants than any other administration before him. Not including, I'm talking straight up removals, not including redefining of immigrants or redefining of what is considered a deportation. Straight up removals. Barack Obama holds that title. Bombed more countries than George Bush. Barack Obama did that. But he's half black, he's suave, he's cool. It's fine. But that Orange Man, bad man. Like I say, it'd be one thing if these guys were just criticizing him because reasons, you know what I mean, that were legitimate, not just because, like, it's not even authentic is what I'm saying. These guys don't have an authentic opposition to the president. It's, well, that's what is accepted among our circles. Therefore, that's what it is. And like I say, it's a complete difference between those that criticize him objectively. Like, again, I do this all the time. Like, I'm not a fan. I think the guy sucks for various amounts of different reasons. But it's not just because somebody's telling me, you know what I mean, or I'm being fed lines, and this is why I can, on the opposite side, say that, well, Barack Obama's trash as well. And it's not even centrism. It's like, it's not even that. It's like, I'm telling you, you suck, and here's why you suck. You know what I'm talking about? Not, oh, you're bad. And even if, definitely when it comes to some of these political efforts that happened in the last administration, which are very similar to some of what happened in this administration, this is why they either didn't talk about it, they gave it a pass back when Barack Obama was doing it, and now it's a little more clutch pearls, faint couch, right? Look, something's got to be said. Why these guys all have the same exact political positions? Why is it that every time I do these videos, because I got to monetize it, of course, and it's all Orange Man bad? Like, I think that's worth talking about. I think it's worth talking about and looking a little deeper when you consider that it seems as if these guys all have the same exact political positions.